Okay, so what do we do after we have this nice debounce to make your sword swing? We're going to want to try to run an animation. Oh no, what we were doing is making sure we don't hit the same player too many times in one swing. So if we only want, so you can hit a person one time per swing, you're going to want to find the people that you've hit and keep track of them. So hit humanoids is a new table. And then if you hit this humanoid, which you're doing right here, we're gonna put the target humanoid in here. Oops, I typed true wrong. So what we're doing is defining a table. So this is like an empty list. It's a list of nothing right here. That's what you create when you put these curly brackets. So hit humanoids, let's put an S on here, equals nothing every time you start a new swing. And then we're gonna want to say we've hit this humanoid, so we're putting this in the list, target humanoid, into the list when we hit them, and we're setting it to true. And then what we're going to want to do is, when we're also checking to make sure that the person we're hitting has more HP than 0, we're also going to want to check to make sure that we haven't hit them before. So hit hit humanoids. So, and we check to make sure the humanoid exists, we check to make sure that the humanoid has more than 0 HP, and we want to check to make sure that we have not already hit this humanoid. And so if all those are true, then we say this humanoid, we've hit it, so we're setting it to true, and then we deal the damage. And so every time you swing, it clears out the list, the table, right here. So this makes sure that once per swing, you can only hit a person once. Let's run some animations. So we want to make sure that the player exists. We're probably going to want a combo system. That's how swords normally work. We have equipped, slashed, and overhead animation. These are going to be our 3 swinging animations. So we could make a 3 combo system. How are we going to do this? This should be actually fun. Unactivated, in our unactivated function, we're going to want to write if click delta is less than okay. So we're going to be using slash time, and we're going to be using combo window. Let's define what combo window is. So combo window is going to be the amount of time at which you have to click again to move on in the combo. So normally combos, they're like a attack that gets stronger the more you deal damage. That's what we're going to be doing. So the first swing's going to do a little bit of damage, the second swing's going to do more damage, and the last swing's going to do a ton of damage. It's going to be a 3 swing combo. And it only is a combo if you swing your sword in this amount of time after the previous swing. So we're going to define that as 0.5. So after you swing, so if this swing is less than, so click delta again is the time at which the time difference between this click and the last time that you had swung the sword. So if this time is less than the swing time plus the combo window, so which would be 1.5 seconds, then we're advancing in the combo to combo plus 1. So let's combo plus 1. Let's define combo. As 0. So you always start out at combo 0. And let's actually put that in the equipped as well. When you equip the sword, your combo is reset to 0. When you do this in the amount of time, we're going to increase the combo. So combo equals combo Gotta do a little bit of math here. So combo plus 1. Then you're gonna modulate. That's what this thing is, by the amount of combos that we have. So there's gonna be 3 different combos, 1, 2, 3. And if you go to 3, then it goes back to the 0, the first combo. So we increase the combo by 1, and then what we're doing when modulating by 3 is making sure that we return back to the original combo of 0 when you complete a full combo. Full combo 3, it loops back to the first. Okay, and then if you don't, if this click is too long to be considered a combo, if the last time you clicked is more than 1.5 seconds, then we're just going to reset your combo to 0, and then that's that. And so we can also deal damage based on what combo it is, so we're going to multiply damage by combo. So if you do the first swing, it's going to do 26 damage times 1, which is going to be the current combo, which is going to be 1. Actually, it should be 1. Okay. So you swing, it does 1 damage. I mean, not 1 damage. It does combo level plus 1. So it does the combo level times damage, or damage times combo. So 26 times 1 is just 26 damage on the first swing. On the second swing, it's going to do 26 times 2, which is 52 on the second combo. And on the third combo, it's going to do 26 times 3, which is 78, which is a lot of damage, and will mostly be the finishing blow. So that's how combos are going to work. So you see over here, I'm not using local. How local works is this right here is considered a scope. When I'm defining click delta, only the code that's right here can read what click delta is, because I said local. So all this code until you go down a step. And when you don't define local, that means anywhere in the script you can access what these are. So combo equals 0 globally over all this script. And so I can define local up here because there's no more down to go. So we're defining it for everything. Just makes things a little bit faster when you use local. And like this, target humanoid. We're only going to be using target humanoid within this section of code. So if I were to try to listen to target humanoid right here, if I were to try to use target humanoid right here, it wouldn't know what target humanoid is because it's defined as local. So it only scopes to here, to here. Okay. Now, what else do we want to do? Oh, we got to do the animations, right? So, if player, so when you swing the sword and you're actually starting a swing, so you only actually start swinging when it passes this. So right here, we're going to want to call the event. We're going to tell the event what animation that we want it to play. So if oh, you know what? This should actually be 0. It should be 0. 0 is the default combo. Okay, so if combo equals 0, then else if combo equals 1, then else if combo equals 2, then. Okay. So if this is our first swing, we're just going to want to run the slash animation. So we're going to tell the event to tell the local script that we want to run an animation and that which one we want to run. So event, which we've defined up here as the remote event. Event fire client. So when you're going from a server script and you're going to be telling a local script what to do, you want to say fire client because that's what you're going to be firing it on, is the client. And there's also fire server. Okay, so fire client, and then we're going to have to give it the exact player that we're going to be telling. So luckily we have this player. We make sure that they exist. So if player, I mean not if player, but you put the player as the first parameter when calling this. We're just going to be setting the event information. So when we're listening to it, we're going to want to know what information this is. So I'm going to be telling it to run animation. So this is just an arbitrary name that I just came up with. In the other script, we're going to be listening for an event that tells it to run an animation. And then I'm also going to create another one. This right here is what matters. This is what tells we're going to be telling it which animation to run. So the first combo, let's see, what were the 3 combos we had? Slash, thrust, and overhead. The first swing for the combo, the default combo, we should do the slash. Slash anim2. So we're telling this client to run, or we're sending information to this client through the emote event. We're going to be telling it to run an animation, and this is the animation that we want to run. Let's copy this, paste it here, paste it here. So again, I'm pressing tab. It's kind of late for me to tell you, but to get these spaces like this, I use the tab key. Please don't use spacebar 5 times. It makes the code kind of messy. But yeah, tab key. Keep your code clean and legible so you can actually tell what's going on in the code. So for combo number 1, so this is your default when you just swing it once. When you first combo, you're going to want to do the thrust animation, which is over here. And this one will be the overhead. Alright, looks good. Maybe we could also play some sounds here. So let's see what sounds we have. In the handle, sounds need to be under a physical part if you want them to have a positional sound in the world. So that's why they're in the handle. We've got the hit sound, a lunge sound, overhead sound, slash sound, and unsheath sound. I've been planning this lesson, so I actually know what all these sound like, and I'm going to say that the slash sound should be for the first one, overhead sound for the lunge, which is the thrust, and then lunge sound for these are the ones that you should use. So these are what I thought sounded best. So we're going to run the slash sound here. I'm going to play the overhead sound here. I'm going to run the lunge sound here. So actually we didn't define these yet, so let's go define these at the top of our script. Over here. Slash sound. So again, these sounds are in the handle. So we've defined the handle right here. I'm going to wait for child in there. Slash sound. I copy and paste it 3 times, Control C, Control V, just to make the coding go a little bit quicker. What else? We have the thrust, no, the overhead. Overhead sound. What's that one called? Yeah, just overhead. And the lunge sound. This should be capital. Capitalization really matters when you're using string values, which are what these in parentheses are, in quotes are. Okay, so we've defined all these sounds, and we're going to run these sounds, and then we're also going to tell the local script to run these animations. So let's go code the local script to actually run these animations, because right now we're just sending information and it's not being picked up yet. So right here I have the local script. So if you just go over here, local sword script. Okay, so we're going to want to define tool again as the script's parent. This can be local. And we're going to want to know the and we're going to want to have a shortcut to the event. Not find for child, wait for child. You want to use wait for child because we're waiting for this thing to exist. If we do find first child and it doesn't exist, event is going to be set to nil until we try to reset it. So that's why we're using wait for child. Okay, so we're going to want to make something that runs animations when it's told to run animations. So when the event is sent information, and we're on a local script, so we're going to be listening to on client event. We have the event, which is remote event, and we're going to want to listen to on client event. That's what the event is called. The event that fires is called on client event. I'm going to connect that to a new function that we're defining right here, like that. Okay, so what it returns is all the information that we sent it. So dot dot dot. So if you go back to source script, you'll notice that we've sent it this information. The first one is what we're going to be telling it. So we're going to say, hey, we're going to want you to run an animation. That's what this is. And we're going to want to tell it which animation we want it to look for and run. So in here, how do you take a arbitrary amount of parameters? Here's how you do it. You type in dot 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 ellipses, and you do local, and you can make a variable. We're going to call it tuple because that's what this actually is. It's called tuple. You put the dot 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 right in here. And so what happens is the first thing in this sequence, in this list, is going to be the first thing that you sent it. So if you look back here, this actually isn't being sent. This is just which player the client, which client is it being fired for. And then so this is the first tuple and this is the second tuple. So if tuple 1 is equal to run animation. So we're going to want to make sure that what we're trying to do here is run an animation. So we're just checking to make sure that that's what the whole run animation is for, because maybe you also want to send it other information like create fire or something, I don't know. So we've got run animation, and then we've got local anim equals. So we're going to look for this animation. And what animation we're looking for? Tuple 2. Tuple 2 is the name of the animation that we're going to be trying to play. See? Slash animation, tuple 2. So we're looking for the name of that, of tuple 2, in inside the tool, which is slash anim2. So if this anim is found and exists, animation, anim, it's just short for animation. So if this animation exists, then we're going to want to also make sure that we have a humanoid, because you run animations on a humanoid. So and humanoid. So if you notice, we haven't defined humanoid yet. So let's do that right now, real quick. Just like in sword script, tool equipped. In the local sword script, we put that here. But when you're using this on a local script, you also get another thing. It's called mouse. So we're going to want to use that. So in local scripts, when the tool is equipped, you also get the mouse that's associated with that player. Okay, so when we do this, we're also going to want to define the humanoid. That's right. So it's equipped. We're going to want to say humanoid equals tool dot parent find first child humanoid. So this is the equivalent of the tool of the character that's holding the tool, and we're looking for a humanoid inside that. And then so when you run an animation, you actually need to use it on a humanoid. That's why we're defining humanoid here. We gotta load the animation first. Animations are a little bit tricky. So once you have the animation, you gotta load it. So loaded anim equals humanoid. Here's a function on humanoid called load animation, and you give it the animation that you want to load, which is right here. This is the animation that we want to load after making sure that the animation exists. So we load it. And this can be local, by the way. So local. If make sure we have no problems, so we're just going to make sure this exists. And then we're gonna play the loaded animation. Just like it sounds. It's got a function on it called play. And you call play on it. And that's that. That's it for this lesson. Be sure to check out the next video in the series. I'm Stickmasterluke, and remember, you make the game.